y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Today it's been raining all this morning, rain in from before daylight for the last little while. We've had about a half-inch of rain. So everything's good and wet. It's really pretty to me out here when everything is dripping wet and water. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk around a little bit. I'm going to show Brody some edible plants, and we're just going to look, see if we find any mushrooms. And I'm somewhat looking for a cane stick. I want to carve a cane stick, and I'm just kind of looking for something to do different. It's a little artsy but practical. And we just got around looking, enjoying the day, try to teach him some stuff. So y'all hang with us. We'll see what we find. Come here, Brody. You see this?
Yep.
You know what this is? Greenbriar.
Greenbriar.
You can eat this top part when you bend it and it snaps like that. Y'all have seen me eat these a lot. This is the top shoot of greenbriar. This is probably my favorite thing to just pick and eat. Here, taste of that and tell me what you think. Just bite it. Good. Eat the rest of it. Stick it in your mouth and chew it up. Tell them folks what it tastes like.
Tastes like berries.
Berries? You gonna eat it all? You can find these, y'all. They're all in the areas they kind of like moist ground, I think. The edges of wood lines and all of that. But you'll find that they're basically what we call a sawbriar, because here's another one right here beside it. They're very good, in my opinion. Now, everybody, you got to check them. Some of them's going to have that and had a little bug on it. Get the bugs off before you... I checked his. They wasn't a bug on it. That one had looked like a mealy bug. Most of the time, these down low, the deer's gonna already be eat the good part off. If you're really in a survival situation or whatever and you're looking for food, those vines will go way up in the trees. If you grab that vine and pull it, when you pull the tops down, there'll be a lot up there that nothing has already eaten. Y'all, there's another tall one, and you can see that shoot up high. The deer have not found that and eat it. But as you go down, it is just the old wooded sawbriar, smilax. Here we found a couple mock strawberries. Potentilla indica is the scientific name of it. Come here. And I got several of them here. This fruit and all is edible. They say people mistake them for real strawberries. They're very small. But they are in fact edible. You want to try one? They're tasteless, kind of bland. You don't want to try it? Really don't even have a taste to it. But if you're scrapping for food, they are actually edible. All right, y'all, this is an important thing when you're out in the woods to teach people. This is poison hemlock. It is a poisonous plant. Don't touch it, don't pick it, don't eat it. You're paying attention. See this plant? See these flowers? Poison hemlock. See how them leaves look? I'll show y'all a better clip of it. But you look at it good, you see how that stem comes up and it zigzags, and there's everywhere it crooks, there's a limb comes off. You see that? You see how them flowers look? That's poison. If you eat it, it'll kill you. You understand? Yes. Deadly. Do not fool with this plant. here, this is a poisonous mushroom. This is a species of Amanita. This is called the death angel. Even a pea-sized amount, it says, can cause kidney failure, liver failure. It'll kill you dead, dead, dead. So don't mess with little white mushrooms. You can use, there's a mushroom app you can use to, it's sort of like Picture This, that you can help identify them. With mushrooms, I recommend a book, probably several books, but I don't eat any white mushrooms because there's a few that are edible, but you need to make sure you know for sure which one's which. And a lot of times in the early stages of growth, it's hard to tell one from the other till they fully develop. And in my opinion, the only real way to accurately identify a mushroom is with a spore print. And one day maybe we'll do a video on that. I have never really done it. I know how, I have researched how, I've just not ever tried to do it because I really didn't have a need to. But if I was going to positively identify, I would put that in a Ziploc bag and I wouldn't fool with it, where that way the spores wouldn't get on me or anything else, and take it, identify it. But that is the death angel. So we are just walking trails back here on our property and my dad's property, looking around just to see what all we find. I figured there would be lots of mushrooms. I'm hoping to see the chanterelles starting to produce. And Brody, I found a good one. I found a good one. Chicken of the woods. Look over there under. I mean, I like when I'm already filming and just stumble upon something. I really did. He threw his stick down for that. You want to take that home with us and cook it?
Yeah. But it's gonna brown.
I'll be honest with you. My favorite is oysters, and I like chanterelles. That one would be on in there. I think it's more about the batter you cook it in as to how it tastes versus the mushroom. So y'all, this is Laetoporus. I think I pronounced that right. It is chicken of the woods. It is an edible mushroom. They grow on hardwoods. This is a hardwood tree. It looks like it's coming out of the ground, but it is in fact growing on the roots of this tree. So, I keep with me in my bag, and I brought an axe for the simple fact that I plan on cutting a root system out of a tree to make a staff, walking stick. So I've got that. I've got a few other odds and ends. I got my poncho that I can make a tarp, and I got a garbage bag, and I don't know. I did bring a medicinal plant book, but we're really doing more teaching Brody about foraging. I'm kind of brought that book more for research. So Brody, you want to harvest this mushroom, and we'll put it in our bag and carry it with us here. You put it in the bag. Hold your bag. This is chicken of the woods.
Chicken of the woods.
Huh?
Chicken of the woods.
Now it's got to be washed, y'all, because there's a lot of bugs and creepy crawlies. I mean, you see, I don't know if you can see.
Ants?
See all that crawling on it? So
There's ants.
it's got to be, yeah, there's stuff all on it. We're going to wash it good.
Yeah, there's they're wearing ants.
I'm probably not going to put it in my bag. I was going to, but it'll have to be soaked in water. I haven't picked a chicken of the woods in a while. Where you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
I thought you was taking off. So obviously it grew around some of these plants, so you got to pull this pine straw, and this is just a common way that this is going to be. So you kind of got to break it apart and get all that stuff in there that you don't want to cook out or cut it out. Try to knock some of them creepy crawlies off. I hate to put that down in my bag with all the bugs on it, because they'll be all in my bag. Maybe they'll stay with the And I also don't want to squish it. I think I'll just stick it back in the top up here where I had it originally. I think it won't get squished up there as likely. So that was a good score and a good find for us. I don't know what Brody may be peeling the whole tree there now. Are you peeling the tree?
I'm peeling. I wanted to sing the tree. What is that? What is that kind of bug?
Let's go see what else we can find on this rainy, beautiful day now that the sun is shining.
It's a
Some kind of a critter, huh? What kind of bug is that, Brody?
I have no clue.
So I'm working my way over here to where we normally have chanterelles grow, but they only come up over here later in the year. So I don't know if there'll be any over here yet or not. I'm starting to see them pop up in a few places. We have found a few, but usually up there where they grow, they're small. Been a funny year. The conditions have not been right for a lot of stuff, so we just kind of scouting, looking and seeing what is what. There's a lot of that greenbriar in this area. You could eat the shoots, but I had some big cinnamon rolls. I'm not that hungry. What? So y'all, we are finding some very little bitty ones. And there's another one right there. So there's one under there that is a little bit bigger. Chanterelles. Now let it grow. So when you first start finding your chanterelles, I always leave them alone, let them grow. Now, Brody, there's a lot of that water hemlock, poison hemlock in this area. Don't grab every plant you see. You have to teach kids these things. If you're going to teach kids to be in the outdoors, make sure they know that there's deadly poisonous plants and reiterate it, reiterate it, reiterate it. I mean, say it over and over and over. Sound like a broke record, because it very well may save a kid's life, because we're out here teaching kids that, hey, you can eat this and you can eat that. They need to be well aware that there's stuff you do not touch. Like the Bible said, lest you die. So anyway, right in here is where I usually find a lot of chanterelles. I see one old looking one. I'm starting to see a few baby ones pop up. There's one over there. There's a lot of leaf litter washed in my area. Where did I just see one? Right here somewhere. Oh, I see one right over yonder. So I know y'all probably ain't aware, but that's chanterelle mushrooms starting to pop up. That is what they... So we've just had a lot of rain. The spores are there. Here's one of the bigger ones. We stepped on one of them before we realized it, but they are here. They will come up through all of this leaf litter eventually. I see some right over here. What, Brody?
You're bleeding on your arm.
You stepped on it?
Oh, you're bleeding on your arm.
Well, get him on.
You're bleeding.
Bleeding? Where?
On the other arm.
Oh, where? I am, ain't I? Oh, well. I'll live. Let's go.
Yeah, you do.
You see a mushroom? Yeah. Oh, Lord, we knocking limbs everywhere. Brody's hanging them with that stick and dragging them. You fixing to tear up that mushroom down there with the other end of your stick. He about got it. That is another little chanterelle, I think. Yeah. I don't know where he went. There he is. There he is. He just went under. Let's see where he goes. There's a snake right there. There's a water snake.
We're not lost.
Found a frog. Where'd he go?
He blends in with the stuff that's there, but where's Leah?
You seen him, or you was just hoping you seen him?
I seen him, but he jumped over here.
There he went.
Yeah, he's right.
He went somewhere right there. Where you at, little fella? There he went. He does blend in good. Spigelia marylandica. Look at that, ain't it beautiful? That is a narcotic. Used to expel worms in kids and such back in the old days. A lot of plantain down here, and some big plantain, might I add. And wild lettuce. All kind of stuff in here. Let me show y'all something else right here. You see this big wild lettuce plant? You see how the top of it is chomped off? For that to be bitter, deer. You all right? I backed over him. You okay?
Yeah.
Deer love it. I was gonna show you right here as well. Look. It's hard for me when I got deer to have a lot of wild lettuce at times. You'd think, well, they'd be eating this plantain and all that that's edible. So obviously, y'all, this plantain right here grows in my yard. It is an edible plant as well. Brody eats it all the time. And look at all that wild lettuce. Every bit of it. I mean, the deer just come through here grazing. And so obviously the wild lettuce is edible too. It's just so bitter I ain't fixing to grab it and take a bite. So one of the ways you can tell if a plant has been nibbled on by the deer, usually that is an indication that it is an edible plant. So if you're in a survival situation, kind of a rule of thumb, something you can kind of keep under your hat to teach you things. I remember my cousin one time, he eating some green persimmons. It was terrible, but I hit my uncle. I said, "Why'd you eat them?" He said, "Well, I seen them birds eating them." Well, you had a point there. More spigelia. Do what?
I'm through.
You through?
You're gonna get us lost.
Get us lost, yeah. Well, might do it. We'll call Saul. Call somebody to come get us. Let me look right here. I think I have found something else right here. So right here, y'all, this is a species of wild onion. Those are heading out. That is actually a little baby onion. Very oniony taste. Right there. So y'all, this is allium kind of dense, and I don't know if y'all remember, the guy done a lot of survival, Bob Hensley. I thought the world of that guy, and he's had some medical problems and been away from YouTube for quite a while, but I learned a lot watching his channel. He's got some old videos that I assume are still on there, and there's a slug on that. But anyway, when you find this is oniony all up here, but there is a root system under here that has a bulb. These are not that big.
I want to see the slug. I want to see the slug.
I wish you wouldn't hit me with that stick. I pulled the slug off and throwed him down. Please.
I want to see his slug.
Okay, well, if I find him, we'll show him to you. But I throwed him down, buddy. I don't know what I did with him. I don't know where he went. But anyway, these have a bulb on the bottom of them. You can cook with it, you can eat it. This is wild onion, and some of these you can just pull up because it has been, well, see, that one broke off, so that is why I took my knife and dug in them. I don't know what that is. Some little bitty mushrooms coming up. Be careful what you get, because I don't know what kind of mushroom that is. So you'll want to take this stuff and wash it good. So you can pull up a good bit of that. You can eat this top part. More especially what I would do is cook with it. So we got that. We'll add that to our bag. Now I gotta clean my knife off. I done got mud all over the blade of my knife. And it ain't just wiping off either. Get these leaves. All right. Come on, Cletus. So y'all, with these onions, there are a lot of different species of them, and you find them in different stages of life, so the identification is a little different. So these, the reason I spotted these right off is because right now that is bulbing out at the top. The ones in my yard usually just have the white flower on them, so it's good to just do what I'm doing today. Get out, walk around, see what you see. If you find stuff that, hey, what is this? My advice is always take pictures of it if you're unsure at all. Now, if you have a pretty good idea, that's one thing. But when you're clueless, don't pick and handle stuff unless you have gloves and a plastic bag that you don't know what is to take home to identify. And I realize that's the first thing a lot of people do. I've been in a lot of foraging groups on Facebook. We have an excellent one here in Mississippi called Mississippi Foraging. It is an excellent group full of wonderful people, a lot of knowledgeable people. However, there are always a lot of people in there that think they know stuff that do not, and they're wrong, and try to be forgiving, but don't put out information if you're not sure what you're talking about. Because I mean, there's been some time, I know this one guy, he stood beside a plant. I mean, he's got hundreds of thousands of followers, and talked about a plant was some kind of yopon. It was old privet hedge. I never said a word, let him go. I mean, but because it wasn't gonna kill nobody, it wasn't gonna hurt nobody. But he, it changed my. I thought he was a well-educated fella on YouTube. So be careful where you get your information. Always take books and back it up, because internet information is not always reliable. But take pictures of it. Go home and study the pictures. Take more than one picture. If it's mushrooms, take top pictures, take side pictures, take under pictures, because there's a lot of different characteristics, like how the gills attach to the stem, the shape of the cap, the color, and there's a lot of different ways to identify the mushrooms looking at them, and you can't just take one picture. It's very hard to identify a mushroom from just one picture. So when you're trying to identify, pictures are great, but take multiple pictures is my advice. So we are walking across this little old creek. I don't know if Brody's gonna make it or not. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You having fun, little buddy? What you found? What kind of feather? What bird's that off of? No. Buzzard. That's a beaver. Beavers don't have feathers. Oh, Lord, y'all, that boy is a mess.
You take that.
I don't want it. You can have it. I don't collect buzzard feathers. But y'all, it is fun just to get out here and walk, get your book, look at stuff, go over it, reiterate it. You need to know what plants look like in different stages, because you never know when you get into a survival situation what time of the year that's going to be. Most people, it's during hunting season. People are out hunting. They're out hunting after dark. They get lost. But, or either on the way to the stand and trip and break a leg, or, I mean, there's things that can happen. Cauliflower mushroom I just found. Let me get a look at it. Now this one is just starting. There's about 5 of them there. That is an edible mushroom. I have never eaten it. They get very big. We're gonna let it grow. I know where it's at. It's on my property. I'll come back later in the week and we may pick it and figure out how to cook it and see how it tastes. I don't know what them are. Them are not chanterelles, I don't think. Let me see. These are very small. So as I just demonstrated, I don't go to picking stuff I don't know what it is. I got some video footage of it. I'll go study and see if my curiosity is such aroused. So anyway, trees, this is sassafras. And you see the sassafras has different leaves. One's got 3 lobes. Then you got some on it that has got 2 lobes, look like a baseball mitt. This is goldenrod, rugosa, wrinkle leaf goldenrod. I like it. Know how to identify plants by several different means. Get out, just walk around, look at stuff, take pictures of it, check it with picture this, or actually you can take a picture and there's a plant identifier through your iPhone, I know does it, and it's pretty accurate, I think. I don't use it a lot. I probably need to use it so I can see and I have had people tell me, say, I have never found this or that. It's like the chicken of the woods. We just looked up, found one. I've heard a lot of people say, I've never found one, and I've never found a morel. I don't think they grow very prevalently here, and when they do have a good year, they're in certain areas. But a lot of it has to do with, well, how much time are you spending in the woods during that time period that this stuff is growing? And during the summer, here, high humidity, gets hot. That is why I'm out today, this morning. It is still way before lunch. And we're out walking around exploring. It's rained all morning. Everything is wet. So mushrooms should be popping. It's hot, humid time of the year. And it ain't so hot you can't stand it yet. So I did bring my grail with some water in it, just in case. Well, now that's wet. That is one of what I am after. And now I have the other one of what I want. So, just some experimentation projects I am going to play with in the near future. I want to get into some staff and cane making just to see what I can come up with. Looks cool. Try to get all that mud from chopping in that dirt off my axe before I cram it back down in my bag. Using my beaver crab axe. Well, y'all, Brody, we are not far right here from the house. Brody traipsed on to the house, so we're gonna try to work on making us some canes. This, and I'm gonna just try to make a walking staff. So I wanted that root ball. I'm gonna clip it off and see what I come up with. Just see how it looks. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Just a little adventure out in the backwoods right here behind my house. Just honing some skills. So thank y'all for watching. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one. Roscoe, are you ready to go? You ready to go? You all wet. You're gonna need another bath. Yeah, let's go.